Hello, and welcome to another episode of YemmyCast, a video game podcast on YouTube. That's right, we're on YouTube, we're here, we're premiering. Hey everyone in chat, say hello. Hi, how are you doing? Hi, I remember you from last time. Hello, thank you for coming by again. It's been such a long time, it's been such a long week. YemmyCast, a video game podcast, premieres every Wednesday at 10 a.m. So make sure you mark it down on your calendars, whether it be your Google calendars or your actual physical calendars, or even those desk calendars where you rip off one page at a time and you waste tons of paper and you kill the environment. Thank you. Thank you for remembering that today, Wednesday, is the day for YemmyCast, a video game podcast. I am your host, Yemmy the Ferret, a.k.a. Yemmy, a.k.a. Wiki, DJ Yemmy. Oh my gosh, you're listening, like I said, you're listening to YemmyCast, the number one rated podcast by Chronoside himself. Please, a round of applause. We've made it, we've done it, it's been voted on, and it's been decided it is the number one gaming podcast on YouTube. So thank you for showing up. We got a lot to talk about today, including The Division 2, which has gotten tons of new gameplay and reveals. So if you're here for that, just hold on a minute or a few minutes, because we'll talk about that in a little bit. Also, we got news. Soulja Boy is back in the news again. Wow, what could he be doing this time? Nothing better than the first time. We also got Mortal Kombat 11. Wow, we have new Rock Band songs coming out this week that are actually good. What? We have Walking Dead game that's supposed to be coming to the PS4. We got news on that. And also EA just decided to Death Star laser beam open world game it was working on. Wow, that's pretty ridiculous. I am going to be truly disturbed when I read that article. Okay, hey, just wanted to quickly go over real quick. Last time on the podcast, I talked about my favorite albums, which isn't video game news, but we're gonna go through the honorable mentions again, and I'm going to show you guys the album artwork, because everyone loved the album artwork the last time around. Oh, excuse me, I just drank a whole bottle of vodka. So let me just go over them real quickly. I'm not going to give any information about them, anything like that, like I did the first time. If you want to hear about that, go back to the last one. Humble promotion, whatever you want to call it. Fuck off. All right, the first one that I mentioned was from the band Time the Valuator, and the album was called How Fleeting, How Fragile. And then Capstan, In Wake of Our Discord, was next. A really great album. EP, not a full album. EP. Unearth Extinctions, another good one. Trash Boat, Crown Shyness, a nice punkish album. Ghost and their album Prequel. Prequel. Dead Like Juliet, Stranger Shores. They're touring in Russia, actually. Ailstorm, the Captain Morgan's Revenge 10th anniversary was bellissimo. If Player 2's in the chat, he has a physical copy of that, so he can tell us if he liked it or not. Between the Buried and Me, Automata 1, not 2. And State Champs, Living Proof. Wow, what a great selection. Please clap. Alright, well, enough of that shit. Let's move on to the football games that happened this weekend, because they were the championship ones for both divisions. And there were some weird calls in there. There were some strange things happening, and then we're going to talk about the Super Bowl and the predictions for that. But hey, Nick.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
First question: why are you in my house?
Just need a place to chill.
All right. Well, since you're here, let's talk about football, and more specifically, American football, more specifically, the NFL.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm here.
So, to people who don't know, the championship games are the ones that are before the Super Bowl, and both games went into overtime, which means that the teams were tied at the end of the regular play time, and you got to go into overtime, and whoever scores first after the first drive, or actually, I'm sorry, if you score a touchdown during the first drive, it's over, but if you score a field goal, the other team gets a chance. And it's literally just whoever scores first is pretty much the winner. And so both the games went to overtime. Both games were pretty intense, I would say, especially on the Saints and I guess both games, especially on both games.
Yes, both games for sure. Definitely both games, not just one. Both had some controversial calls from the refs, and that extended the drives and led to that team who the call benefited to the Super Bowl. So we'll talk about that. It'll be some crazy stuff over the weekend, but it was fun. I think it was a really good championship Sunday, as we call it here. It was very good considering in the past where it's been kind of like boring and it's just like, but this one was really good.
Let's talk a little bit about that Saints game. That's the one that we didn't get to see the whole thing, but you kind of had it going. The most controversial call, which is going to be spoken about for years after this, is there was no flag for a guy decking a receiver when the ball was going towards him before the ball even hit his hands. And
yeah, literally just decked him, like trucked him. I don't know what you want to call it, plowed him, freaking. I mean, you hit him. The guy hit him so hard, the guy flipped, and you flipped backwards, did a couple of flippy doos, and freaking hit the ground. And it's like he had no chance. Or I mean, like the receiver had no chance to get the ball when the guy hit him because he was just so defenseless. I mean, it should have been targeting, which is helmet to helmet, which is not allowed, or unnecessary roughness, or pass interference. There could have been many calls that should have happened, but nope, they got away with it.
They got away with it, and it ended up the game went into overtime, and they ended up scoring the final field goal to win the game, which was a 57-yarder, which is impressive as hell, and is going to be swept under the rug because of the controversial call, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening, I listened, see around, and people are like, why isn't this guy who won the game for them, the 57-yarder, not getting any praise, not getting any, glory? It's like he won the game for them, but why are we talking about this? But, media just wants attention, whatever brings in the revenue, whatever brings in the views, that's all they care about. I mean, but I still feel bad for the kicker because he should, get some love because he won them the game on a 57-yarder. I mean, that's equivalent to throwing a touchdown pass or equivalent to hitting the 3-point play, It's just crazy. It's how he's getting no love whatsoever.
And it just goes to show that your kicker is just as important as your quarterback. Yes. Field goals win games.
Us as Browns fan, we know that.
Do you think the game would have gone much differently if he had caught that pass, or if the call the flag had been thrown? Do you think the game could have gone differently?
Well, obviously, because if that play would have been called, it would have been an automatic first down for the Saints, and I believe there was. Don't quote me on this, a minute 40 left on the clock, and if the Saints would have got first down, they would have had a whole fresh new 3 downs, so they could have ran the ball, which could have eaten some time, and then they could have used 3 plays wisely to make the play clock going down to 0, which essentially could have led to, game-winning kick. Clock is going down and Saints kick it and game's over. They don't even go to overtime. But instead, that call happened. It led to 4th down, and then Rams got the ball back and they scored, and then we go to overtime, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah.
I think a lot of Saints fans are also angry because this might be the last year for Mr. Drew Brees, who is the quarterback for the Saints. Let's move on to the Chiefs and Patriots game. No, I'm just kidding.
The good old Patriots.
Well, I mean, the Pats versus the Chiefs is just a prime example of you never give Tom Brady a chance, no matter what. Never give him a chance with 3 minutes on the clock. The Chiefs scored. and it was the game. It supposedly was the game-winning score if their defense could have held up, but the defense was weak on the Chiefs' side, and the Chiefs were like, "Yeah, our defense can do it," but they gave Brady another chance to run down that field, get a touchdown,
Crazy.
tie up the game, and then the Chiefs had to go back and kick a field goal to tie it. I'm sorry, it just goes to show you, Tom Brady still has a bag of tricks. Whether it's cheating or not, we're not going to say. Well, not going to comment on that, but I think that it was just pure skill on this end, especially in the overtime when the Chiefs' defense was defeated. Literally, the Chiefs' defense did not have an answer on third down to any of those passes to Edelman, and it seemed like they just didn't want to go to the Super Bowl anymore. They were like, you know what? This was far enough.
Yeah, I mean, I even told you when we were watching it together, it was just like, as soon as they got that interception and they scored, I was like, dude, they scored way too quickly. And yeah, you agreed with me, but yeah, it was just crazy. It was like they stopped them first down, second down, then came third down. It was like the Chiefs like, whatever, you can have this.
Right.
What's 10 yards? You can have this. I mean, they converted 3 third downs in a row. It was crazy. It was just unbelievable, and it led to them winning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was bad on the Chiefs end. I mean, they did not have a good defense, which I got word today that they fired him.
Ooh.
So it'll be a new
effing chat,
defense. It'll be a new defense next year, and then so we'll see what Kansas City has in store next year. But yeah.
Are you in agreement with people, whether it's on the radio or on podcasts or whatever, who are saying they should change the overtime rules? Do you think they should change the overtime rules to be so that each team has a chance?
No, I like it where it's at now. If you score on the first drive, the end of the game, because if we do that, you give them a chance. I mean, we could have been there for another 4 hours. Patriots scored, Kansas City scores, But I like it where it's at. They only get a chance where if it's a field goal, because you're professionals. I mean, your defense should be just as good as the offense. Right. I mean, that's where we're at. I mean, it's just a pouting game. If you lose, it's just pouting. It's just like, oh well, we didn't get a chance. Well, yeah, your defense sucked. What do you want us to do? Sorry.
Yeah, the Patriots did get a few lucky calls in there, and also the Chiefs got a few lucky calls too, but I think the one that was the luckiest for them, probably the luckiest call ever, was when on that, was it a punt return or a kick return? The ball literally grazed the Patriots receiver's arm. His hair must have gotten singed off when that ball went past him, and his heart must have dropped because he was like, "Did it touch me? Did it touch me? I don't think it touched me." And then the Chiefs went in for a score, but it was reversed because the ball didn't wobble or anything. I thought that was like one of the most crazy luckiest things I had ever seen.
Yeah, he got so lucky on that play. It was just, I mean, even like looking at it, and like they kept zooming in. It was just like how crazy how these cameras can zoom in so far.
Yeah.
But it was like I don't think it touched him. But what are you gonna do? Luck has a big factor on the Patriots side.
Let's talk about the Super Bowl. It's Rams versus the Patriots. Rams are the underdogs in the situation. Patriots obviously have struggled a little bit with some throughout this season. They lost to both the Dolphins and the Titans, which is why I originally predicted that they would be out by this time because they lost to the weaker teams. But all of a sudden, the Patriots seem to have gotten some vigor. Their older veterans have gotten their groove back a little bit, including Gronk. Yep. What do you think the outcome of this Super Bowl number 53 is gonna be?
I think the Rams are about to get murked. The Patriots are about to destroy them. I honestly do think so. Although last year, 2017 season, sorry, we thought the Eagles were about to get destroyed, but hey, look what happened. The Eagles won.
Yeah, that was a battle of the offenses because the defenses weren't doing anything in that game.
Yeah, but so saying defense, the Rams have a better defense. I mean, Rams' defense is literally the highlight of their team. So hopefully they can stop the run. Obviously, we saw, the past 2 Patriots games where we saw it was just they were eating up clock by doing simple run plays.
Yeah. And
hopefully they can do that. They stop the run. The Patriots, they have good wide receivers, which the Rams, as mentioned before, don't have a really good passing defense, so it'll be interesting. So I think the Patriots will have to stray away from running to start passing during this game. But on the other hand, I think the Patriots defense is not as good. So the Rams have a really good running back, and I think they can run it a little bit. But my prediction is still the Patriots. I mean, Tom Brady is just so darn good. It's just you can't like after what I've seen throughout this playoffs, it's just unbelievable.
Do you
So,
think he's going to silently retire if he wins the next Super Bowl, this Super Bowl?
I don't think so. I think he'll play another year. I think he'll play until he drops dead on the field.
And he'll still score a touchdown on like his death throw. He'll throw the ball with such vigor that he'll have a heart attack and die, and the receiver will still catch the ball with 5 people around him.
Yeah, or the paramedics will come out and touch Tom Brady, and the refs will throw flags. Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. Do you think that well, let me say this. Do you think the refs are going to be a little bit more lenient in the Super Bowl after all the outrage from the last 2 games?
Nope. Not at all. I mean, they don't care. I mean, they don't lose their job. They have no penalties. They still eat their dinner afterwards. So, they don't. It doesn't affect them. So they'll referee their game and however they feel like at their judgment call, which might not be correct, but hey,
whatever.
I mean, saying it's going to be interesting, though. One way to look at it is both teams got in by a false, referee, a bad penalty. So we'll see how it turns out, We'll see which ones the referees side with. But right now, as today, before the Super Bowl, I say they side with the Patriots.
Yeah, I think I agree with your stance on the Patriots winning. I think it's going to be a pretty much a blowout because I don't see the Rams holding up against the Patriots, even though like you said they do have a great defense. I don't think, just like the Chiefs, I don't think they're going to be able to get to Brady. There was no sacks in the Chiefs versus Patriots game. There was one time where Brady got knocked down, but that was pretty much it. And I think that's one of the key things is you have to get to Brady. Brady's playing. He runs around like he's wearing pants that are too tight and they're not they're not worn in. And he can't run the ball, but he can throw the ball in just high stress, like in situations where it's not stressful. Like he can throw a perfect ball, but when he's getting blocked in, closed in on, you can tell that he's starting to stagger a little bit, but he still gets the job done. And I think that if the Rams want any chance of winning this game, they need to close in on good old Brady and take him out.
Yep. Gotta get to him. And going on what you said about the Chiefs game, he got touched like twice, I want to say, and one of those were the game-leading touchdown drives. So it was like, it's just unfortunate. So to touch them, but don't get a penalty.
Right.
That's what they have to focus on. That's definitely, and then the offense, they have to score because I'm pretty sure even though the Rams defense is so good, they're still gonna find ways to win or score. Whether it's a field goal, whether it's just penalties, they're still gonna get in. So it's just the way they do.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully the Rams show up and make it a good game at least. I'm still saying that the Patriots are gonna win even if they play a good, as well as they could. But I think that after this year, we're going to see a large shift in the best teams. I think the Chiefs and the Rams are both coming up, and I think the Brownies are coming up next year too. I think so. We'll see.
Fingers crossed. Fingers, toes. Everything's crossed. Everything. But I think Patriots 42, Rams 17. That's what I'm saying.
Wow, that's a pretty big difference there.
But if the Patriots come out, guns blazing, like at the Chiefs game, 14-0, and going into half, that's not going to be a good sign. It's not going to make me feel too good.
Right. All right, Nick. Well, hey, thanks for coming on and talking football again.
No problem.
I know this isn't video game related, but I think it's good information. In 2 weeks. We'll have to have you back on, maybe, for the aftermath of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens at the Super Bowl, so I'll be happy to come back and talk about it. I love sports, and I can talk about it for hours. So,
last question for today. If you were the play caller for the Rams, what would be your killer play? What's the one play you think would take the Patriots out?
The QB sneaks. No. Probably got to do a lot of like Hail Mary types throws, or like post routes where the the wide receiver runs like 15 yards and then runs in towards the middle of the field. A couple of those plays, and just gotta run it. You gotta just have a good offensive mind. Gotta eat clock. Don't leave Tom Brady with time. So that's one key factor. Don't leave him with time. So eat up the clock. Run the ball a lot. Do simple passing routes, and then every once in a while you gotta throw it deep and see what happens.
See what happens. All right, Nick. Well, thanks for coming on again, and get out of my house.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. I can do that.
See ya.
See ya.
Once again, big thanks to your boy, Nick, a.k.a. X-Locky, a.k.a. as you better know him as, Greedy Waffles, for talking about football again. Very knowledgeable young man. Make sure you follow him on Twitter. The link should be down below. Hey, Yemmy, remember to fucking do that, please. Okay, I probably will. No, you won't. Yes, I will. No, you won't. All right, fine. You're right. Hey, let's move into the first thing on the ballot today, which is the Division 2 has a 2-hour gameplay footage demo thing and details on PvP and the campaign mode. It's all out there in the open. They're showing it all. They're full frontal, man. So the Division 2 is slated to be released March 15th this year. That's 2019. It's coming up. We're almost into February now. It's getting really close. Remember, February is only 28 days. 28 days later. We will be talking more about Division 2, but right now they've released all the new stuff that's going to be happening, a little bit about the campaign and blah, 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 blah. So I figured why not talk a little bit about that, because I enjoyed the Division 1. And I'm sure there's a few people in chat right now going, the Division sucked ass. I would rather suck beans out of a cow's uterus. But you know what? I wouldn't. So the Division 2 is set after the events of Division 1, and you're going to Washington, D.C., where Spider-Man was in Spider-Man Homecoming, now available on Blu-ray and DVD. Thank you for your promotion, Marvel. No, I'm just kidding. But the gameplay pretty much just showed Dark Zone stuff, the generic PvP, every game has it, modes, and then also a little bit of the free roaming and enemy types you'll be encountering, along with some details about the campaign. Now, I, for one, didn't enjoy the Dark Zone the original time that I played the Division. I did the Dark Zone for the Platinum Trophy, which I did obtain. But after that, I did not want to touch it at all. Now, I will say this, you do get the best loot in the Dark Zone because it is the most intense part of the game. It is player versus everyone. You can go in a group or you can go in solo and try and tough it out. And they've kind of refined the Dark Zone a little bit in this game. In Division 2, there's different ranks for what type of person you want to be in the game. If you want to be friendly, you got a rank for that. If you want to be kind of almost evil, you can be almost evil. If you want to be full evil, damn, you were a full evil. But there's different things you can do now. So the agents in the game, agents are these kind of like not really sleeper cell agents, but they're like people who are kind of in the regular populace who get called upon to try and become the new militia, especially for places that have had natural disasters or something like that. They come out of the woodworks and they defend the zone for democracy. And what do you know? The president needs your help. So all the agents come around and the president's like, yes, I want to build a wall around this city. No, I'm just kidding. So in the Dark Zones now, you have these different ranks you can get. So if you're just going to be a normal person who's just fighting off enemies who are actually enemies, then you are just a regular agent. You get your regular loot, and you go around these Dark Zones trying to get the best stuff you can. Now, the nice thing is you only have to extract items that are contaminated. There's these new contaminated zones, these new contaminated items. Before, you had to extract everything. You couldn't take a regular piece out. You had to extract everything, and that opened up a lot of people to be killed at the extraction zones. And at extraction zones, you wait like 2 minutes for a chopper to come in. It drops a rope. You try to put your bag on it. And lots of people would just shoot you while you're putting the bag on the chopper. You had to defend waves and stuff like that. So luckily now you don't have to. Not everything has to be sent through a chopper. But if you do die in the dark zone with all your loot, someone will still be able to pick it up. But now it's a little bit easier for you to kind of run out of the containment zone and back into the regular, free roaming solo world or co-op world. So that's really nice for people who aren't really into the Dark Zone stuff and they just kind of want to find a good piece of loot, take it back into their game and play with it. For the people who really want to go hardcore, there are new areas where agents who haven't fully gone rogue can do stuff like hacking and stuff like that, which will give them extra money and loot and stuff like that. Which is nice. You don't have to. You still get marked as like almost a rogue agent, but people aren't going to outright kill you. Now, if you do go into this mode and you have the intent to shoot everybody you see, you will be marked as rogue, and you will show up as red on everyone's screen. There will be no guessing whether this guy is rogue or not anymore. In the last game, when you went rogue, you ran away, and people didn't know that you were rogue unless you shot at them. In this game, if you shoot one freaking person, you will be marked as a rogue for the rest of the time you were in that dark zone, and that is beautiful. That is bellissimo. I would say that this makes Dark Zone play a lot better. It will make Dark Zone play a lot better because a lot of people hated the fact that you didn't know who was who. If someone was going to come up behind you and ram a dildo in your ass, you didn't know. You just didn't know. But now you can see it coming and you can lube up appropriately. Enemies there are 3 different Dark Zones now. So it's kind of like the other one where there was a big dark zone and it kind of got harder as you went up. But this one has 3 different zones. There's like a mediocre zone, a medium zone, and a hardcore zone. And each of those have their own special enemies and own special rules. So I think it's going to be a lot more fun to do that stuff. I still don't think I'm going to play around in it too much because I do get rather frustrated when someone can just shoot you in the back while you have a good piece of loot and take it and then run away and then you're lost. You're stuck without anything. But I do think this is going to make it a little bit more fair. And also the entrances to the dark zones now have automated turrets that automatically kill rogue agents. Yes! Yes, this is what we wanted. This is what we needed. Yes! Yes! Thank God. Thank Jesus. Oh my God, because it was so annoying. You would go into a dark zone, a dude would be waiting for you not 3 steps away, and they would just kill you. They would just kill you right there. But now, hey, guess what? You get the chance to defend yourself and let these guys come to you and get slaughtered by the automated turrets. It's amazing. It's amazing. It is the best thing they could have done with the dark zone. And it's going to be a little bit harder to boost this game now, especially for there was a trophy in the Division where the original Division, the OG, where you had to, shoot X amount of rogue agents. And what you could do is you could have your friend shoot you and become rogue, and you could kill them. Wonderful. And then you would just boost it like that. Well, this one, it's going to be a little bit tougher. You have to go deeper into the Dark Zone to do that kind of stuff. We'll see if they even decide to do that stuff. The campaign mode is looking to be a little lackluster, to be honest with you. The voice actor for the president sounds like Keemstar from that one knockoff game, Half-Life knockoff game. What was it? Hunt Down the Freeman. He just doesn't sound the part, and also it just seems like a really dumb, he's just like doing a bunch of generic lines and stuff like that. So not really looking forward to that aspect. But I do find it interesting that they're continuing the same storyline with the deadly virus that was attached to or contagion that was attached to money. Washington D.C. is just a low, it has a bunch of money circulating every day. So I thought that's probably the one of the best places to throw a virus at, if you be honest with you. But actually, what also happened was the government tried to send out this antigen, and it ended up being even deadlier than the first one. So that's where the dark zones come from, and I think that that's a great plot point there. So I can't wait to play this game. Definitely going to be a day one purchase for me. Hopefully the servers are a little bit better. Hopefully the beta will work out the kinks. Because if you remember from the last game, the opening area wasn't in New York. It was like a training area, and then people could stand in the doorway and not let you in, and you couldn't be able to go through them, and they had to fix that. And also the servers were kind of ass the first day as well. So hopefully they don't have those problems this time, and everyone doesn't push this game under the rug like they did last time. I think people need to give it a fighting chance. Now, I will say this. Enemies in this game are bullet sponges. There was a comment that I was reading about a guy complaining about the bullet sponge enemies, but let's be honest here. A lot of games that are like The Division have bullet sponge enemies, which means enemies who take lots and lots and lots and lots of damage. That's a lot of damage. I have a thing for that. I don't need to say it myself. I have a thing for that. Come on, Yemmy, think. Come on. All right. But oh, what was I gonna say? Now I've lost track. Thanks, Phil Swift, you fucker. Bullet sponge enemies. Yes. Now I remember. A lot of games have bullet sponge enemies. I mean, look at Destiny. Like, there's a lot of enemies who just take up a lot of damage. The bosses specifically, and same thing with The Division. A lot of enemies just took a lot of damage to take down. And when you got into the higher ends of the Dark Zone, yeah, same thing. A lot of enemies would take a lot of bullets to kill, but that's just like any freaking game. Fallout. Like I said, Destiny. Let's think. The Witcher. I mean, all these games have enemies that are so strong that they take tons and tons of time to kill, and I don't think that should really, make you not want to buy the game. I mean, if you like The Division, you're gonna like this game. I guarantee it. If you didn't like The Division, you're not gonna like it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So thank you, Ubisoft, for actually putting out one competent game every so often. I really appreciate it, and I hope this one's gonna still. Yeah, I have high hopes for it. Okay, you hear me here? I'm crying. I am crying on the inside. I can't do it outwardly because that's kind of been done. But we need this game to be good. We need people to have renewed faith in the Tom Clancy series. I mean, Wild Wild West, whatever it was called, Wildlands was a disappointment. The Division 1 was good. It was good. It wasn't the best thing ever, but it was good. But before that, I didn't like any game that they put out. And so hopefully this will reinvigorate them. Hey, how many people did I make angry in the chat? Please speak up. All right, Soulja Boy's back. He's back, everyone. And he says that his next console will feature Fortnite. And Epic Games was like, Are you for real, dog? You want me to super ban that hoe? Because they said no. No way will this be on a console that Soulja Boy puts out. The new console kind of looks like a PSP or a PS Vita, whichever one you decide to go after. Which means this next step will be a Nintendo Switch, guaranteed. I'm right now I'm predicting that 2019 predictions. It's not 2018 anymore. Can we stop saying that? All right. So, surprisingly, well, actually, not really surprisingly, Soulja Boy has yet again funded a console, and he says that through his very strange morphed reality, he says that Fortnite is going to be on this device. Epic Games simply says, no, you can't play Fortnite on a rooted or jailbroken device due to the anti-cheating measures. Did he also mention that there's going to be cross-play? No, because he didn't actually say that. Don't forget that Fortnite was the most played Nintendo Switch game. Thanks, article. But yeah, I just don't see why he's even trying anymore. I mean, his last consoles blew and got him into legal trouble. Now he's going to be emulating a PlayStation Vita type system. There's obviously going to be issues with that. And since he is such a public figure in doing this, I mean, he's going to be taken down pretty swiftly, I think. And now that he's calling out another company as big as Epic Games, I mean, what are you thinking, dude? Like, geez, go back to making what you call music. I'm not trying to. I mean that wasn't a jab at hip hop or rap. Fuck. I should probably stop talking now. I'm probably many people are very, very angry. All right, moving right along to something a little bit more lighthearted. Hey, it's God of War's artist. The art director, I'm sorry, and he is drawing realistic Smash Bros. Characters, and oh boy, are they amazing. So earlier he drew like a Diddy Kong and a Pikachu, and people went crazy for them, and now he's taken even more characters and made them a little bit more realistic looking, all from the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate game. So he's done a Mewtwo, a Mega Man, a King K. Rool, which is probably my favorite out of all of them. Of course, Pikachu, Samus Aran, Link, Star Fox, Bowser, Sonic, Lots of different characters, and I think they're done really, really well. Even a Ripley one was shown up. Some of them look kind of weird, but some of them look nice. Most of them look nice. So if you want to, you can check out his artwork. It's all on his Instagram. So make sure you go and follow him at Rafa Grassetti. I'll try and remember to link that. Hey, Yemmy, link that. Thank you. All right, so there's these. I'm combining these two articles. So the developer for the Mortal Kombat 11 Switch version is going to be Shiver Entertainment. They're going to be developing it. They also developed the other Warner Brothers game called Scribblenauts Showdown. This company's also done entries for the Wii U for FIFA, Call of Duty, and Guitar Hero. So good. What would you say? Rap for them. And I think that this game going on all consoles is going to be a great idea for Mortal Kombat. And also, hey, look at that crossplay may be coming to Mortal Kombat 11, but there's no immediate plans right now, so they're going to be working on that. And I think that's a great idea as well. Hopefully, this Mortal Kombat lives up to the hype that I've put into my head. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they do it. And it would be cross-platforming with every single console and PC. Now, I know PC people can be 10 times better than a console player, just because they could do modded controllers and stuff like that a little bit easier. So we might not see like ranked matches, but maybe like just regular matches. Who knows? I watched all of the stuff for Mortal Kombat 11. This game is looking to be really, really great. It's going to be continuing off of Mortal Kombat X with the storyline and not Kratos, not Kratos, but the Thunder God dude. He is, which for some reason I can't remember his name right now, is going to be a little bit evil in this game. Hopefully, we'll be seeing the return of a lot of beloved characters. We already saw that Baraka is back, my boy, who they killed off and didn't even put into Mortal Kombat X. He's back, and hopefully a few of those characters who got killed in Mortal Kombat 9 will be back as well. That would be amazing to see them return, because I've been missing them. Mortal Kombat 9 had one of the best character rosters out of all the Mortal Kombat games, and then they killed almost every single one of them. All right, hey, this is pretty cool. Remember that Conker statue that I looked at a few episodes ago? Humble plug. The first figure of Meta Ridley, the statue, is now ready for pre-orders. It's now open. Its exclusive and standard editions are available. This is a pretty freaking sweet. This is better than the Conker's Bad Fur Day one. Look at this damn thing. It's a beast. So the statue is freaking tall. Like, it is amazingly huge. So the height is 37 inches, 94 centimeters. The width is 33 inches, 84 centimeters. The depth is 22 inches, 56 centimeters. And the weight is 6.48 kilograms. Holy crap. The standard edition is going to get the statue, of course. Glow-in-the-dark wings, baby! Highly detailed base inspired from the theme and style of Metroid Prime, and an authentication card, as we talked about before, that just tells you how many out of how many the statue is. Also, in the exclusive edition, you're going to get an LED functioned eyes. Holy crap, that sounds cool. And a chest plate with LED function. Oh my god, you're making me sweat here. So this is going to cost you an arm and a leg. Both editions are $600. That's 600 biscuits out of your pocket. That is 600 slaps on the ass that you will get Me Too'd on. Damn. Holy shit. But damn, look at this damn thing. If you are a fan of Metroid and you love Ridley and Smash, you may want to smash down some money and get this. Ooh, that was pretty good. No applause, though. Hey, Piranha Plant will become available in Smash Bros. Around February. The February release has been known for a while, but Nintendo put out an official statement saying that it's gonna be in February. Probably. This character is not included in the Fighter Pass, and this is your last chance. This is the last week that I can remind you to make sure to spend your gold coins and get him for free. If you got the pass and you got the physical edition, you need to spend your gold coins that you got with that pass, and you need to purchase Piranha Plant in the store with the gold coins. But for some reason, we don't have a date of the release yet, so you need to make sure that you get that stuff in as quickly as you can to get the character. And I mean, I'm excited for Piranha Plant. I don't know about you. I think the final smash with PD Piranha was a good touch. And I think a wacky, crazy character like this that kind of came out of nowhere is a good touch as well. So hopefully we'll be seeing more kind of surprise things, I should say, coming to Smash Brothers. Of course, everyone's looking forward to this and the future of Smash Bros. Who are you looking forward to be in Smash? Who do you want to be in Smash? Do I hear Marshmallow from Mario RPG? Do I hear the main character from Save the Ninja Clan? No? Am I the only one? Well, good thing I don't have a cricket sound effect.
And you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Last piece of Switch news, and I'm going to move on to some PlayStation. The Limited Run Games is publishing Dragon's Lair Trilogy, physical edition. That was a strange sentence to say. So it's already available on digital, but if you want a physical release, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. There's been no official announcement yet, but the physical distribution specialist Limited Run Games will be publishing the title in the near future. The box art has been revealed. I never played this game, but it looks like a very nice hand-drawn type of game. But if you've never played the series before, the trilogy is Dragon's Lair, Dragon's Lair 2 Time Warp. That's kind of like Crash Bandicoot. Because there's Crash 1, then there's Crash 2, and there's Crash 3 Warped. Time Warped. And there's also Space Ace. And you take control of Ace inside a Dirk. What? These games are made up of cinematic-style quick-time events with animation from Don Bluth. The first game was released in arcades in 1983. Space Ace came out in 1984. Dragon's Lair 2 arrived in 1991. All right, Harmonix, Rock Band 4. They're releasing 2 songs this weekend. Both of them are rewind songs from the original, the OG Rock Band. We have Foo Fighters' Learn to Fly and Nine Inch Nails' The Hand That Feeds. This is a great pack for people who really loved the first game. They're continuously adding more and more songs from that game. And these are 2 songs that I really enjoyed playing. Both of them have fun drum parts and mediocre guitar parts. Hopefully they fix the missing snare note in Learn to Fly. If you remember, after the in verse 2, they miss a snare hit, so hopefully they fix that at least. But they probably won't. They probably won't. But I just thought this was interesting news. Like I said, I'm not going to announce every week's DLC because every week it's not a hit. It's usually a miss. But this week is a hit, not a miss. Y'all are expecting the sound clip. Well, you were wrong. It will not be being played. Fuck! Alright, incoming Anthem demo is indicative of finished gameplay, but has some key differences. I'm not sure what that means. But hey, anyone who pre-ordered Anthem is going to get the demo by the end of this week. It's set to launch January 25th and February 1st for everyone else. BioWare has previously said that the demo will be a representative of the final game. Well, I sure hope so. Hopefully they made that cape a little bit more wavy. So they said that the economy is going to be completely different in the main game, but for the most part, Anthem demo beta is going to be pretty much the same thing. Everyone, we don't expect the demo to be anything less than a fully fleshed out experience, but it's not going to be a full game, of course. It's going to be probably a small area of the free roam. Definitely, if you're on the fence about this game, if you think you're going to hate this game like me, try out this demo, try out this beta thing, and come back to me. I'll come back to you next week after I play it as well, and we'll see. I'm just very concerned about this game. I've been looking at the gameplay demos and stuff like that. It just seems like a mediocre experience. It just seems like Mass Effect Andromeda in a bigger world, and that's not something that I really want. It seems like Destiny characters in a Mass Effect world. That's pretty much what it means. Or I should say this. It seems like Iron Man suits in a Destiny world in a Mass Effect environment, okay? Like, that's literally what it looks like, and I'm kind of concerned about the game. I'm not going to lie to you. Have I ever steered you in the wrong direction? Probably. Hey, speaking of games that need a little bit more work, Overkill's The Walking Dead is delayed on the PS4 after a critical mauling. And we're not talking about Darth Mauling. We're talking about mauling, like crowds gathering and ranting and raving. So yeah, the PC release of this game had pretty much all negative reviews. The Payday developer has been forced to push the game back for console release and look at the game as a whole and try and fix the problems that are laid out in front of them. It was originally supposed to be released in February, but the studio has now said that it's reevaluating and reviewing the performance of the project, and they'll announce a new date later in the year. This is concerning, but also kind of, a bright side of this is that the game might be fixed by the time of release. I'm glad that they're taking the initiative to go back and look at this game and say, okay, where do we need to fix this? They're already doing more than Metal Gear Survive has done in the past year, in terms of fixing the game and listening to people's criticisms and going forward with delaying other releases of the game. From what I saw, the game looks interesting. It looks like a Walking Dead experience, but obviously the game has just been critically destroyed because of just everything happening to this game. Well, this is deeply disturbing news that EA canceled an open-world Star Wars game, which was supposed to be a game that was a more linear experience that was going to be made by the Uncharted director Amy Hennig, but that was, of course, axed, and then they re-axed the game with an open-world setting earlier in 2017. Or was it 2018? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was 2018. It was supposed to be released at the end of 2019. But, obviously the EA has done some shitty things with the Star Wars franchise now. We've had 2 Battlefront games that have both been equally disappointing to me. I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think? Oh, really? You think that? Oh, wow. Sorry about that. But hey, we'll see what happens. Disney may just take EA's acquisition of Star Wars away, and they may give it to someone a little bit more competent. All right, well, hey, thanks for stopping by YemmyCast, the video game podcast. This is episode 7. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments and in the Premiere chat, of course. I really appreciate everyone for stopping by. I really have enjoyed my time doing YemmyCast. Of course, YemmyCast is a video game podcast which releases every week on Wednesday, premiering at 10 a.m. So be there or be square with the rest of these wonderful people. Thank you everyone who's come to the premiere, and everyone who has stuck around for the replay of the podcast as well. I am still working on trying to get the podcast on a different platform, but I feel like it's going to start costing me a little bit of money as I do research. But we shall see. I will let you guys know and keep you updated if it comes to iTunes or whatever. I will let you know. I'm going to be talking to a few people who have podcasts on there who are smaller YouTubers like myself to see what I can do. But do you guys think you would like that? I think that would be great. So hey, once again, thank you everyone. Oh my God, thank you so much. I just want to thank, I ran out of time for that joke. I couldn't think of anything. All right, well, hey, thanks everyone once again. I appreciate all the feedback and kind words, and of course, I hope to see you in the next episode of YemmyCast. All right, well, I am your host, Yemmy the Ferret, aka Yemmy, and this has been another episode of YemmyCast, a video game podcast. Except for the first 20 minutes, you stupid noob.